This is the Horse Radio Network.
This is episode 1026 of Horse Tip Daily. A different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you, one day at a time. Greetings, horse people. Coach Jen here, and thanks for tuning in to Horse Tip Daily. On today's tip, photographer Scott Trees joins Stable Scoop co-hosts Glenn and Helena to talk about taking pictures in the snow. And we'll get right to our tip after this important message from Kentucky Performance Products.
This Nutrition Minute is brought to you by Kentucky Performance Products, the company that simplifies your search for research-proven nutritional supplements at kppusa.com.
The horse that matters to you matters to Kentucky Performance Products. Researchers have confirmed that as horses age, they naturally become less sensitive to insulin and more susceptible to health problems caused by too much sugar in the diet. One way to reduce the sugar content in a horse's diet is to replace sugar-laden grains with a high-fat supplement. Fat is an extraordinary energy source. It is readily utilized by the horse and contains more than 2 times the calories of sugary grains. Equijewel Stabilized Rice Bran is an excellent fat supplement. It contains a balanced calcium to phosphorus ratio and won't cause mineral imbalances when added to the diet. Its all-natural ingredients are high in healthy fat and fiber. Best of all, Equijewel allows owners to easily replace the calories previously supplied by sugary grains. When you need to add healthy calories to your horse's diet, choose Equijewel. To learn more, visit Kentucky Performance Products at kppusa.com.
Next up, we have a past guest. He's our favorite horse photographer, as we said. His name is Scott Trees of treesmedia.com. He is well known for being a horse photographer the last 30, 40 years in the Arab world. He takes lots of pictures of Arabians and has been over to the Middle East once or twice a year, almost every year for a long time. He also does architecture. She does some amazing architecture shots. But of course, we're here to talk horses. So let's talk to Scott Trees. How about photographing in the winter when there's snow? Because snow offers so much glare. And let's keep in mind that most people are using their iPhones, which, by the way, are better than the $500 camera I probably bought 3 years ago.
Well, it's interesting. The new iPhones are better than the first, quote, professional, unquote, digital camera I own. But
that's right. You paid $5,000 for it.
Yeah, a ridiculous amount of money then. But the biggest problem with snow is that it's so bright, and that most people will probably, when they get their snow pictures coming back, they're going to see that they're kind of blue. That's kind of a common thing. They look a little dark, and the snow is blue. And the reason that happens is because the light meters see all of that brightness, and they go, oh, my gosh, it's really bright, so I need to darken the image. And so the best way to get pictures of horses in the snow is to either shoot it on a manual setting where you can override the light meter, and generally you have to open up a half a stop to a full stop when you shoot on the snow. The same could be said of the beach. I mean, anything bright like that, or the sand when I shot in the Middle East all the time. It's so bright that you have to compensate and tell the meter, no, it's not really as bright as you think. We want to keep that brightness in there. So you can either shoot it on manual and then take your meter reading and overexpose a half stop or a full stop. Or if you tend to shoot on an automatic mode, most of today's digital SLRs will give you the option to use exposure compensation. And on that, it's just a little exposure, and you do a +1/2 to a +1. And as a rule, you'll see that your pictures will come back looking like white snow rather than blue snow.
So it was +1, is that?
A +1 is a good, as a rule, it's usually a half a stop. I'd usually run a test shot, and that's the thing with today's digital world, is you can take a quick test picture and go, oh, nope, still blue. So start off at a half and and usually about a full stop does it.
You know what the problem is, too, with our phones nowadays? Most people, and I don't know if Helena's the same way. Let me not say most people. I tend to forget I have settings at all. So you never look at those settings, and then you're taking pictures in the same mode every time, and then all of a sudden I remember, wow, I could have changed that.
I could have done something,
yeah. Exactly.
Well,
that's the thing, too. Go ahead.
The places where we buy these things, they dumb everything down so you don't you don't really know how to take a manual photo anymore. And, for
Exactly.
most people, they don't need to know they don't need to even know what f-stop is. But
Right.
if if this is something that you want to do and it's important for you to capture and portray these images, then, open up a book or pop into a class. It's not
Right.
rocket science. Like, you can understand just enough, right? Like, even just knowing how to change the f-stop on your camera.
Well, I think there's certainly a lot of resources out there. I've got, workshops that I do online.
Tell us about those.
Well, I've got several workshops online. If people go to my website at treesmedia.com, they can go look. I have a couple sections for workshops. And also under the retail side, I just this week released a new series called Equine Photography 101. And it's a 4-part DVD series that covers a lot of information about how to photograph horses, from equipment considerations to lighting to poses. They're 4 30-minute DVDs, so it's a 2-hour presentation that covers a lot of ground.
Wow, that'd be a great
normally
Christmas gift.
Yeah,
That would be a really good Christmas gift.
$49, and if you order it before the 15th of December, you get a 15% discount. So just go to my site and go to retail, and it says DVD sets. So I'm kind of excited about those. I'm going to start offering more and more as time goes on. I actually have one called Equine Photography 101, and there's another one up there called The Art of Lighting.
Well, there you have it. For links to today's guests, topics, and products, go to horsetipdaily.com. And you can have all of your favorite Horse Radio Network shows with you wherever you go by downloading the new free app for iPhone or Android. Just go to your app store and search Horse Radio Network. Download it today. It's quick, it's free, and it's easy. This podcast has been made possible through the generous support of Kentucky Performance Products and listeners like you. The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.